come from somewhere else, but this is where we found ourselves. Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
Welcome to another edition of the Local Show here on Grassroots Community Network. We want to also welcome our Facebook Live audience and our audience on YouTube and our podcast audience. Thanks for joining us this week. Now that we're in high definition, you guys, we are able to share our show, which we've now broadcast for 15 years. Sharing great inspirational locals each week here on Grassroots Community Network. So way beyond television now into these other means. We want to especially say hi to our Facebook audience. We've really enjoyed sharing our shows this summer. This week I'm grateful to have a couple friends of mine. One who's been on the show before, another first-time guest, Lorenzo and Sheridan Semple. Welcome to the show, you guys.
Thank you.
I'm trying to find the best place to put the microphone. Maybe we'll put this back here. But you know, every talk show host has to have it's like the nod to Jack Parr and Johnny Carson, and they'll have that kind of that retro mic setup. So we don't want that to get in the way, but it's kind of a cool addition, huh?
Very cool.
It is functional when you plug a cord into the power and stuff. You can actually still use that.
It's great.
Just trying to tweak the show a little bit every season, and we're all trying to make little changes to our enterprises and our businesses and whatever we're working on. And talking to Klaus Obermeyer last week, it's like, how can we keep taking it to the next level? You know, we don't ever stay like the same, right? So hopefully we're getting better and not worse. Hopefully we're improving and learning and growing, right?
Yeah, I started, in the summer I have a lawn care business, and I started mowing lawns when I was in grade school. And I was just telling Sheridan, my beautiful wife, on the way in, that the first lawn job that I had, I made $6 an hour. And I quickly learned a lesson. If you're mowing lawns, don't charge hourly.
Right.
That was the big lesson.
Charge by the job.
Charge by the job
hour.
And not by the hour.
Right.
And
when did you finally switch gears then into charging by the job? By the time you were 7 or 8?
I think the day that I think the day that my mom gave me $20 to mow our front and back lawn.
And the
so
wheels.
I was like, okay, a $20 bill is better than $6 an hour and having to make an invoice for your time, submitting it, and then getting paid. So, but I feel really fortunate that I've been able to make a living pushing a lawnmower now into my middle age.
Right.
It's somewhat embarrassing. I mean, you said, how you have to change with your business and adapt and grow.
Sure.
I mean, in the lawn care business, you actually don't. You have to be punctual, dependable, and do a good job. But you don't necessarily have to grow if you're just a one-man band like I've been. But anyway,
but you evolve, right? And
you do evolve.
You might bring in new technology. You might learn how to dial it in with your schedule to where you can say you enjoy your summer more.
Yeah.
So there's ways to tweak and
arguably there are ways. I'm just
change.
kind of making light of that.
Right.
Change or die, unless you're a lawn guy. So.
Well, I started with I had a lawn cutting business, I'll call it, and my evolution was I went from the hand mower when I started because my parents were like, "Oh, well, yeah, you can use that, but not that." Not the power mower.
Yeah.
But then ultimately I made enough money to buy a used power mower. And again, you're kind of, you're learning and changing and evolving. And then I had 4 or 5 lawns in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then it would be a paper route. And Sheridan, did you have a childhood venture? Were you a lemonade stand or a paper route?
I had a great lemonade stand, and one day I finally figured out I need to take my show down to Pitkin Park because that's where all the people are. This is gonna be a lot better because I lived, up near the bottom of Ajax. I grew up in a condo up there, and so it's not a lot of traffic by there. And so I took it down to Pitkin. Man, I thought I was so smart. I was pinnacle of business woman, right? And the cops came by and shut my whole show down. I was in, I don't know, elementary school maybe middle school, and so it was a valuable lesson. They were like, no, you can't do that here.
Oh, well, those are the officers of love, weren't they? The
I
peace
know,
officers
right? It's the
with driving
70s.
Saabs,
Yeah,
and I thought they were the coolest dudes ever.
Yeah, I was
but not in that way.
really heartbroken that I didn't get to make, like my $100 I was planning on it.
So did you guys both, in essence, grow up here
Yeah.
in Aspen?
Mm-hmm.
We did.
Graduated
We both-
Aspen High together, sitting right next to each other, just like this
Wow.
in the tent. Yeah.
Well, so you're born and raised?
I was
Native?
not born, no, but I moved
Okay.
here when I was really little.
So same with you, Lo.
Yeah,
You
same.
moved here
I
young.
wasn't born here, but I got here as quick as I could. So.
Right, it could be. Yeah.
That's
There you
the-
go. But once you knew,
That's the
once your
disclaimer.
parents knew or whatever.
I had
beeline that
I had
thing.
nothing to do with it.
Right.
I mean, if they would have said we're going to Amarillo, Texas, not that there's a bad place, or I would have gotten the back of the station wagon regardless.
Yeah, you just might have.
I had no choice.
You might have had a different kind of cowboy hat.
It's
maybe
kinda-
a straw versus a Stetson, or I don't know how they
Yeah.
do that. It's between moving to Amarillo and Aspen.
It's all my parents'
hat.
fault
Gosh.
entirely.
Well, your dad, and just to kind of for viewers who don't know, was quite famous in Hollywood, correct? Can you
Yeah,
tell people a little bit
he
about
was a screenwriter. He started off as a playwright, and when the real as a writer, the real pinnacle of writing in the craft was to be a playwright. It was considered it was prestigious, and TV was considered kind of lowbrow and crappy. And he wrote plays. He wrote the only play that Paul Newman lost money in. That was his claim to fame as a playwright.
Oops.
And then he got a lucky break but from 20th Century Fox in the mid '60s when they owed him a favor, and he met with William Dozier, who was the producer of 20th Century Fox, and William Dozier handed him a comic book and said, "I want you to write this into a TV show." And the comic book was Batman. And so he transformed the kind of the comic series into the campy 1960s TV series. And then he went on to write a movie with Raquel Welch called Fathom, where she was this kind of like female 007
Oh,
who
I don't remember
wore
that.
a bikini and paratrooped in to save the day and fight the bad guys. And then he wrote The Drowning Pool with Paul Newman, Joanne Woodward,
Wow.
The Parallax View with Warren Beatty, wrote Papillon with Steve
Wow.
McQueen and Dustin Hoffman.
Towering Inferno? Was that your dad?
No, he wrote 3 Days of the Condor.
Wow.
The closest he got to a towering inferno was King Kong with the
Okay.
Twin Towers,
Okay.
where
maybe
the
that's what I'm
ape
thinking.
jumps, the monkey jumps from one tower over to the other before he gets shot and
Right.
falls to his death.
It was a monkey, not a fire.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
affecting
and-
the building.
And the famous
different
line,
angle.
the famous story from that movie was they wrote King Kong as a kind of a Dino De Laurentiis was a producer that worked with him. And Dino loved my dad. He called him Poppy, and he had this thick Italian accent. And he heard my sisters call my dad Poppy. That's what we called him, Poppy. And so Dino would say, "Hey, a Poppy," and he loved calling him Poppy. And they had a really great relationship together. And King Kong was Dino De Laurentiis' response to Jaws. The movie Jaws.
okay.
And so my father and Dino sat down in a screening room in Los Angeles and watched Jaws. And then he said, "Papi, I want you to write the King of Kong." And he said to my dad, he said, when Jaws died, nobody cried. When my monkey dies, everybody gonna cry. So that was just kind of.
So that was kind of
that was-
the
that
part
was
of the
the response,
challenge.
yeah.
This big, awesome thing, but then you want the audience to kind of
To
love
cry.
it too.
You want them to cry,
fall for
yeah.
this big ape.
And he wrote King Kong from Aspen. He also wrote Flash Gordon
Wow.
from Aspen.
I mean, these are
Never
major.
Say Never Again, the James Bond movie.
Amazing.
So yeah, and he's buried up
Amazing.
at the Aspen Grove Cemetery.
So
we go
what,
up there.
we're going to take a break in just a second, but just real briefly, like, what are a couple things, I mean, that inspired you from your dad's accomplishments? I mean, those are major milestones, and epic movies, many of them. I mean, what do you think? I guess, I mean, there's a lot to be said. That's a whole conversation. But just a couple things of inspiration from your dad.
My dad taught me how important reading is.
Yeah.
He really taught me how important reading. I mean, I never understood when I was a kid. And he
Right.
was just sitting there reading all
You
the
mean
time.
comic books, Dad?
Constantly.
Like Batman?
Anything. I mean,
Okay.
everything. Yes, he did. When he was when he was researching this stuff, I mean, I still have stacks of Flash Gordon comic books at our house from when he would, and
But let me interject here, because I can answer that. You're a writer. You write for the paper. Your sister's a writer. I mean, I think they did a lot of like wordsmithing in their house. You know, he's quick with words, wit. I think that those were huge inspirations from Poppy, you know?
Right, and for those who don't know, heaven forbid, you have the lowdown each Saturday in the Aspen Daily News.
In the Aspen Daily News.
So that flowed from that kind of that genre.
Undoubtedly.
And media.
Undoubtedly.
Okay. We're going to take a quick break, guys. We're going to rehydrate. We have so much to get to. Everything from essential oils to e-bikes. So I do want to thank my summer underwriters for sponsoring the local show, our June, July, August, September summer series. We've got Aspen Animal Hospital, our new exclusive presenting sponsor, Aspen Square, the Aspen Times, Klug Properties, Pitkin County Landfill, and Sundog Athletics. I think I got them all. We'll take a quick break, guys. It's our only break of the show, 2 minutes. We'll be back with Sheridan and Lorenzo Semple, local entrepreneurs, and so much more. So don't go away. Aspen Animal Hospital not only offers our community a friendly professional staff featuring 5 veterinarians, but a new wellness program for pets focusing on prevention and pet longevity. They offer new enhanced feline care, exotic pet care, and acupuncture. Extended hours on weekdays and weekends offer more convenience. For more information, 925-2611 or aspenanimalhospital.com.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Hey, did you miss the turn for recycling?
I can't read the map on your cracked screen.
I'm so passionate about this community. I absolutely love living here and raising my family here. It gives me a lot of pride to share this with my friends and my clients and help them achieve their dreams of owning an Aspen snowmass and enjoying this incredible lifestyle.
The Aspen Times has been telling the stories that matter to our community since 1881 and continues to be the only local media outlet committed to local prep sports and dedicated arts and entertainment coverage. They also offer you The Drop-In, a weekly outdoor recreation video highlighting the many reasons we love to live in this community. You can find the Aspen Times at local newsstands, aspentimes.com, Facebook, and Instagram.
Celebrating another great summer season, Aspen Square Hotel is the hospitality place, featuring fireplace studio suites and larger condominiums with full hotel-style services in the center of downtown Aspen. All accommodations are air-conditioned, and Aspen Square is proud to support the local show. To find out more, visit aspensquarehotel.com.
Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
We're back here on the local show. Thanks for sticking with us here on Grassroots Community Network. We've got Sheridan and Lo Semple. We're calling the show Aspen Power Couple.
Wow, thank you.
You guys have power. And one of the powerful things, well, not only growing up here, which has kind of its own power and beauty and being able to see the Aspen of yore, which we try to, cling to sometimes, and that's good because there's so many good things. And that's a whole nother show is Aspen in the 70s, Aspen in the 80s, all these great eras. But we want to focus more our precious time on what's going on now. And you guys both have businesses. And Lo, we touched on your business. Actually, let's touch on your winter business, and then we can shift to Sheridan's business. You have Suit Yourself.
I have a winter business called Suit Yourself, and I rent ski outfits. I drive around in a van, and I go from hotel to house to condominium. And I've been doing that for over 20 years. I have
Nice.
Obermeyer is one of the brands. We saw Klaus Obermeyer. Really enjoyed your show from last week.
Thank you.
Obermeyer's been a supporter from day one of our business, and to this day, we still rent out a tons of Obermeyer.
Do you find most people know about Obermeyer, or do you have to educate them on Obermeyer?
People have definitely seen Obermeyer. It's got a very strong brand recognition.
Right.
And I rode the chairlift with Klaus Obermeyer over at 1A. I saw him get into the line, and he is not a guy who likes to ski with people, or he's not a social skier. He doesn't seek out people to ski with, or he goes skiing to ski, and he does not suffer fools waiting around.
Exactly.
He doesn't ski up to people and say, "Hey, where are you guys skiing?" Or what run do you guys want to do? Klaus, he has
like,
that figured it out. He's figured that out. He doesn't have a ski gang or a buddy. He doesn't check his cell phone. He gets off the lift and he points it. So I saw him ski into the maze.
He puts on a foxtail, and then you can chase him down.
I saw him ski into the maze at 1A, and I kind of skied up next to him and got on the chair with him, and basically,
much to his chagrin.
Basically trapped him in an entrapment situation.
Thank
on
you.
the
That's yes. I trapped Klaus Obermeyer onto a
Captive
chairlift ride.
Klaus.
Yeah.
Captive Klaus on chairlift.
And I rode the chairlift with him, and we have something in common. I have my business we talked about. We grew up, Sheridan and I, with his son Klaus.
Yes.
And we skied a couple runs on straw pile, and after that, I skied 2 runs with him, and I was like, hey, you're doing good. Quit while you're ahead. And I skied over to the gondola, and the funniest thing happened later in the day. I was waiting in line in the gondola, and I heard these guys ahead of me say, hey, man, did you see Klaus skiing with that hot young thing? And a guy said, yeah, I think that's his new girlfriend. And I was just about to say something to the guys, but I thought to myself, hey, the day that you get mistaken for Klaus Obermeyer's girlfriend is a good day, so go with that. I just, bit my tongue and I just let it go. And today I just feel really honored. That's one of my great achievements as an Aspenite. Long time. I've been mistaken for Klaus Obermeyer's girlfriend.
Might your long flowing locks?
Well,
have
granted,
something to do with that?
it was during the era. It was 20-something years ago, where it was the era of primary color ski outfits with the waistcoat.
Oh, yeah.
With the waist cinched in,
Okay.
and my hair may have given the impression that I was feminine. And of course, the way I ski. You've seen me ski, so yeah.
Well, Roger Muralt would probably say, that makes perfect sense with your girlish skiing technique. and
Not
all
only
that.
Roger, yeah.
And others,
Yeah.
apparently.
All
Yeah.
the Marolles.
All the Marolts, yeah. All
Let's
the
not
Marolts
leave
would
Steve
say
and Mike
that.
out of there.
Yeah. So anyway,
like it.
Klaus Obermeyer has been he's been obviously a influence on everyone's lives and in my business, and I feel lucky to own a business in the ski industry.
Right.
I mean, I feel like really, really lucky
Right.
to have those experiences and to be a kind of like joy-based business that's profiting on people's fun.
Right, and something you're passionate and
Yeah.
love, and to be able to share skiing through that avenue.
Yeah.
And Sheridan, you share what you love, essential oils, to care for people. Like basically you're taking care of people, whether it's clothing them, preparing them, letting them know you can look like a local, but the rest is up to ski school.
Mm-hmm.
And Sheridan, you can help people, and we've seen some of your ads in the paper. Advertising some of your essential oil classes.
Yes.
And can you tell our viewers a little bit about your business, which is called Aspen Holistic Health?
Right. Yep, exactly. So I am a holistic health practitioner, so I do mostly holistic health consultations. So, anything from I feel like I'm doing pretty good, but I want to improve my health, to, I'm having some pretty heavy things going on that I really need to address and help with. So it kind of runs the gamut, but people come to see me for health consultations, and then I check out what's going on with them, what their goals are, that kind of thing, and we come up with a program which I always use, like a medicinal grade essential oil with. So,
okay. So that's the common thread through
I'll use nutrition sometimes a little bit of supplements, not a lot. That's not my favorite thing. You go to an alternative practitioner and you just get this like huge bag and you need a spreadsheet to figure out what to take during the day. I don't like that. I don't feel like health needs to be like that. So I use a little bit of nutrition, sometimes some kind of lifestyle changes, and then essential oils, because they're just really strong and powerful. They're, the essence, what the plant uses to heal itself. And so we use that. They smell nice, they feel great. And
Is that something you typically apply, like, what do you call it, epidermal?
Topically.
Topically?
Yeah.
Topically?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then where do you, apply that? Or does it depend on what's going on with your body?
Yeah,
in
it
terms
depends.
of where you're applying it?
Yeah, generally you want to apply them as close to the area you're having a problem with. So if you have a digestive system issue, you want to put it on your tummy. If you have, like I have a client right now that has a really sore, inflamed hip, right? I'm having her put it right on her hip. If you have headaches, you want to put it on your head. If you're having like insomnia issues, things on your head that'll help the brain chemistry. Lung stuff, if you're sick or fighting something, chest,
Right in the
throat.
Yeah,
You can
with
even
all the
put them in your
smoke.
sinuses.
With all the smoke in the air, I've been rubbing eucalyptus on my kind of throat.
Like right in
just
the
to-
throat area.
Yeah.
So obviously these
Yeah.
are absorbed.
Yeah, they get absorbed really quickly into your bloodstream. I've seen studies say that anything you put on your skin hits your liver within 20 seconds, up to 20 minutes. 20 minutes seems pretty long for me, but
Wow.
yeah, so quickly anything in your skin is absorbed. So that's a good reason why you want to put
incredible.
healthy things on your skin. You might as well eat. Anything you're going to put on your skin, you might as well eat. It just won't go through your digestive system, but it still goes through your whole body.
Is it to the point where it's almost more important than food? Because it's, in a sense, it's absorbed so quickly and so intensely?
Yeah, that's
or
a
it's
good
just
question.
as important as food?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I would
Because-
say just as, because
as, yeah.
yeah, that's a good question.
They're
I
all
don't know
absorbed.
what would affect your liver or your, detoxification systems more, skin or through your digestive system, because your digestive system has a way to release the waste, and your body does too, but it's
Right.
a little different. That's a good question. I don't know, Eric.
Well, I had a girlfriend who actually grew up here as well, and she was all about not using these underarm things
Yeah.
where people had aluminum chlorhydrate and all these chemicals. Think about that. Under your arms in a super sensitive area, and people are literally applying what
Yeah.
could be toxic that's absorbed right in there.
I see that a lot with
That's
people because I
crazy,
run
huh?
these scans and you can kind of see what's present in the body, and things like sodium lauryl sulfate, not ammonia, aluminum, that's in a lot of the deodorant. People will have that in their body a lot, like pesticides, like all kinds of things, because it's just, the world we're living in, or you don't want to be like sweating or smell, or, so, I like
But
using
there are
essential
more
oils.
natural alternatives
Yes.
now, right?
Yeah, that's right. There's
well,
a lot.
shampoos and lotions and creams and all that stuff
Yeah,
that you're putting on
sunscreen,
topically. Sunscreen.
all of that, yeah.
So we need to do a better job, sourcing those things, label reading, right?
Right, label
like what's
reading.
exactly in this stuff.
Exactly, educate yourself.
Maybe, like they say foods, there might be 3 to 5 ingredients. Is that a benefit?
Yeah,
Like simple?
exactly.
Might be better?
The thing is, if you can read it and know what all the ingredients are,
Right.
then you're good.
If you
but
can
as soon
pronounce
as
it?
yeah, exactly. As soon as it starts into multi-syllabic words, yeah, put that back down.
With a lot of Z's and X's, and you're like,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. There's no way that can be good for me.
Exactly.
Like, it
Yeah.
just can't be.
Yep.
So do you also consult people like on total body products? Like, I mean,
Some, yeah,
like
if
your
they'll
hair,
ask-
your
Yeah,
skin.
yeah, and if they come in and they have a lot of things present, then I'll give them ideas, alternatives. Same with food, a lot of things, people have set ways we're used to eating and they don't know how to change their diet, but they want to. But it's hard because, you're running from one thing to the next thing, you grab your
Right.
go-to, but your go-to isn't necessarily taking you to where you really want to go with your health, and so I'll help them figure out substitutes, and they send me stuff. Is this okay? Is that okay? What do you think of this? I just found this probiotic. What do you think about that? That kind of thing. Yeah.
Wild.
All the
so
way
that's
across
pretty
the board.
comprehensive. It's not just like I'm going to give you a certain oil for a certain ailment.
Right.
It's going to be, if you want to know about nutrition, if you want to move more holistically, right?
Right,
You can
yep.
help them that way. But you're not a life coach as far as that goes.
No, I'm like a
Yeah.
health coach. But holistic does mean a full, well-rounded, right? It's not just
Right.
physical, it's emotional, mental, spiritual. So, I'm coaching on all those levels, but I'm not a therapist. I'm not trained as a therapist. I'm not, but it is like coaching people through all those things and then resourcing them if they need things that I can't provide, like a therapist. If people are going through heavy emotional things, essential oils can really help and support that as well. But, they may need someone to talk to or someone to help them with that.
Right. Well, real quick, how can people take advantage of these? Are happening? Your essential oils classes?
Yeah.
Is the best way to go to your website?
Yeah, exactly.
To get information?
AspenHolisticHealth.com.
Okay.
I teach every Wednesday, some days or Tuesdays or Thursdays, but between Aspen and Carbondale, alternating each week. So
Okay.
at the Red Brick and the Launchpad.
AspenHolisticHealth.com.
Yes.
We're already down to just 3 minutes, but say someone wants to start a business. What would be, say, a couple things of it, two pieces of advice, Lo, and same with you, Sheridan. They want to start a business or they want to grow a business. What would be a couple general tips you would give viewers?
Jeepers. First of all, I think there's more opportunity now in Aspen than there's ever been. I think what speaks to that is the line of vehicles providing services to town that comes in and leaves town every single day.
Right.
I think if there's something that listening to what people are asking for, I think is a big indicator of where there's a niche or something to be filled. If you hear someone ask one question, that stands on its own. If you hear the same question a second time, you're starting to develop a trend. That's how you kind of find where. That's how I started Suit Yourself.
Recognizing that need.
For example, recognizing a need. Mowing lawns. I think there's still opportunity for people to start lawn care businesses. I think just be persistent and be persistent.
Right. Recognize the need, be persistent. And then Sheridan,
I
what
would
would be
say
a couple tips?
Go for it. You know, if you feel drawn to starting your own business, I would wholeheartedly go for it. You know, trust yourself, go with your gut and do it, and be ready to, you know, make adjustments for sure, you know, learn, but don't quit. Don't quit. Keep going. Just keep going. If don't quit, you can't fail.
Right. It's like, what's the old one? It's for the dawn.
Yes.
It's going to get tough and it's challenging. That's why not everyone does it.
Right.
But I think following your heart is so important.
So important.
Because that leads to your happiness and you're willing to work harder for it.
Yes.
When things do get tough, especially, it's not like, oh, I'm going to do this for the man now. Well, you are the man, so you're more, you know, vested and you're more motivated and you're more passionate. And I think you just do a better job.
Yeah. And following your heart, right? That's the best health thing you could do for yourself.
It is. Well, you guys have earned, after the grueling 20-something minutes of conversation, I've got really these cool new reusable utensil sets made out of bamboo.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, wow.
From our partner,
Thank
Pitkin
you.
County Landfill.
Wow.
And then these are
fun.
single use, these cookies.
Right, yeah.
So reusable and
Yeah.
maybe single use. But I want to thank you guys for your time. Did you guys have fun today?
Yeah.
Fun.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Yeah,
Thanks for
great
having
time.
us.
Sheridan Semple, Aspen Holistic Health. Lorenzo Semple, Suit Yourself. And what's your name for your summer landscaping business?
Lawn care.
Lorenzo's Lawn Care.
Yeah.
Successful, like native Aspenites, pretty much you guys, successful entrepreneurs. Thanks, Sheridan. Thanks, Lo. And thanks, you guys, for watching This Week on The Local Show. Aspen Animal Hospital not only offers our community a friendly professional staff featuring 5 veterinarians, but a new wellness program for pets focusing on prevention and pet longevity. They offer new enhanced feline care, exotic pet care, and acupuncture. Extended hours on weekdays and weekends offer more convenience. For more information, 925-2611 or aspenanimalhospital.com.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Hey, did you miss the turn for recycling?
I can't read the map on your cracked screen.
I'm so passionate about this community. I absolutely love living here and raising my family here. It gives me a lot of pride to share this with my friends and my clients and help them achieve their dreams of owning an Aspen snowmass and enjoying this incredible lifestyle.
The Aspen Times has been telling the stories that matter to our community since 1881 and continues to be the only local media outlet committed to local prep sports and dedicated arts and entertainment coverage. They also offer you The Drop-In, a weekly outdoor recreation video highlighting the many reasons we love to live in this community. You can find the Aspen Times at local newsstands, aspentimes.com, Facebook, and Instagram. Sundog Athletics is celebrating 22 years as Aspen's adventure sports school and is your opportunity to quickly and safely gain new skills to experience the thrills of adventure sports, including mountain and road biking, fitness hiking, and the area's only flatwater canoeing adventures. For more, sundogathletics.com, Sundog Athletics on Facebook, or 925-1069.
Welcome to